Hey everyone, Jake here for Extreme Terrain, and in this video we're taking a look at this wheel and tire kit featuring the ProComp 32 Series Bandito wheels in flat black in a 17 by 9 inch size with a -6mm offset, and the Milestar Patagonia ATRs in 33 by 11 or 285/70/17 sizing. With this kit, you'll receive a set of 5 wheels and tires with free mount and balance, and this is designed to fit all 2007 to 2018 JK Wranglers. This kit is going to fit on your JK without the need for other modifications. So they're going to work on stock suspension without any rubbing issues. Now this is a great setup for the JK owner who wants their rig to have a good balance of capability and drivability with a healthy dose of style. Now that style comes by way of the ProComp 32 Series Banditos in flat black. Again, these are 17 by 9s with a -6mm offset, so they're going to give you, as you can see, an aggressive stance. So this setup is also for the JK owner who wants some poke, as these are going to stick out a little bit proud of your stock flares. Now this is also a great setup for somebody who wants something that will do the job well, look cool, but also needs to be a bit more budget friendly. Now the 32 Series Banditos do a great job of combining that classic simple style with some modern elements. You've got the D-shaped openings inside with thicker spokes, and that gives them a pretty universal appeal. Plus they have some other cool stylistic elements too. Now these feature what we call a simulated bead lock on the outer rim, but as you can see, everything here is flat black, so it's going to match the rest of the finish on the wheel, as opposed to what you might find on some other simulated bead locks with the faux chrome finishers. It makes these a bit more subtle than some of the other options, but that flat black finish still helps them turn heads out on the street or trail. And since they are a 17-inch wheel, you're going to have a good balance of tire, sidewall, and wheel. Now speaking of tires, this kit includes, of course, the Milestar Patagonia ATRs. These are a perennial favorite around these parts, as they offer a great balance of performance both on and off-road. They're pretty quiet out on the street, and they have a less aggressive tread than, say, a mud terrain or even some other all-terrains out on the market. But that doesn't mean they aren't capable. The central offset tread blocks, the wide outer tread blocks, and variable depth sipes throughout, plus staggered step-down grooves and angled tread notches here mean that these are darn capable off-road as well. Now all of that stuff means that they're going to do really well in loose surfaces like soft dirt and mud, but it also means they'll be plenty capable out on the road. Now the Patagonia ATR is an M+S rated all-season tire as well, so if you live somewhere that gets some snow or a lot of rain, fret not. These are a really solid all-around tire, and if you don't have the space or the budget for a second set of off-road specific tires, these are going to do just about everything you need, save for some serious hardcore off-roading, and they're going to do it all without sacrificing on or off-road performance. Now these are again a 285/70/17, better known by their metric equivalent of 33 by 11, which, great news, is going to fit on your JK without the need for other modifications. So they're going to work on stock suspension without any rubbing issues. In fact, this is a completely stock JK. We have no lift or anything on this one, and they fit without an issue. But they're still going to fill out the wheel wells nicely, even if you do have a small lift or leveling kit on there. However, something to keep in mind is that since these are larger than most factory setups on a JK, your speedometer is going to read slightly off. It's going to be about 2 miles per hour lower than your actual speed. Now you can get a programmer to adjust your speedometer for that error, but it's also small enough that you can probably just keep it in mind as you drive, as most owners tend to do. This kit also comes with free mounting and balancing. You have the option of having us do that for you, so your new setup arrives ready to roll, or we can ship everything to your door and set you up with an appointment at a local shop where they will mount and balance the tires on your new wheels free of charge. Now the wheels here are an aluminum alloy construction, meaning that they're pretty lightweight and they're pretty strong too. And of course, these ones in particular feature that matte black powder coating over top for protection and good looks. The Patagonia ATRs feature an advanced silica tread compound that brings lots of good stuff to the table. They do have a standard load rating, they're not a high load rating, but they do have a high tread wear rating as well, 540 to be exact in this situation, meaning that the compound is a bit harder than some of the others out there. That means that they're going to have a nice long tread life though, and they do carry a 50,000 mile tread wear warranty, so they should last you a good long while. As far as pricing goes, this is a more budget-friendly choice. It's not the least expensive setup we offer, but it does offer a good blend of on and off-road capability with a cool style. And you can also choose to have the correct TPMS sensors included for an additional charge. Installation is quite simple here. We're going to give this job a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and it should only take you about 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more if you really take your time. Now, of course, you're going to need your floor jack and a proper socket for your impact gun or breaker bar, your wheel lock key if your Jeep came with wheel locks, You're also going to want to have a torque wrench handy so you can make sure you torque all the lugs to proper spec once you've got it all installed and back on the ground. One thing you are going to need here is a new set of lug nuts, as your stock ones are not going to work with the smaller holes for the lug nuts on these wheels. But we've got plenty of options on our site for you to check out. You can use something like what we used here, which is a small black Acorn lug nut. They blend in really nicely with the matte black on the wheels, making everything look nice and stealthy. Now keep in mind too that again, these are larger than your factory wheel and tire combination like we spoke about before, and your speedometer is going to read about 2 miles per hour lower than your actual speed. So if you want to get a programmer, you can pick that up as well and get everything corrected. Otherwise, just keep it in mind as you drive. That's going to do it here for our review and install of this wheel and tire kit featuring the ProComp 32 Series Bandito wheels in flat black in 17 by 9 inch sizing with a -6mm offset, and the Milestar Patagonia ATRs in 33 by 11 or 285/70R 17-inch sizing, fitting all 2007 to 2018 JK Wranglers. Thanks so much for watching, and as always for all things Jeep, be sure to keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.